Yo, what's good, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Sistas review. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody if you choose to, but if not, just sit back, relax while we get into this messy thing. Now, this is the episode review for season 8, episode 15, entitled Tectonic Shifts. And like I told y'all last week, y'all know how we gonna do. It's gonna be 5 different scenes that I talk about. And that's the only way I can talk about this episode in its entirety. So the first scene is my favorite scene of the episode, which was of Sabrina, Rich, and Dr. Moore. And this was my favorite scene for several reasons. But one of the main reasons was I love how the writer, as well as the performance, Novi and Monty played this down, ate this down. And I don't know the actress name who plays the doctor, but she was so believable in her performance. I was just like, give me all of this. It was a moment of to have compassion, sympathy, empathy for these characters and this particular journey. I love the way how the writer wrote for not only for us to be touched emotionally, but also informed. And I think that there's a lot of things that definitely affect the Black community as far as diseases and things of that nature that don't really get talked about. So I love how they are shedding light on sickle cell, how it directly affects the Black community and what it is specifically. So I love how it was educational. So, you got your little heart touch, and also you got your mind pricked because you were able, if you didn't know before what exactly is sickle cell, how it affects you, what are the effects, how it affects your children, how all these things, play a role in the possibility of you passing it down to your children, if not, so on and so forth. So I really did enjoy this scene, and it also gave me hope for what's to come. Now, y'all know I'll never have hope when it comes to sisters, but because they have started this storyline, there are going to be so many stories that are going to come out of this. There are going to be so many scenarios, the possibility of Dominique being the person that Sabrina gets spurned from. It's just so many ways this story can go, and I'm here for all of it. I am here for all of it. So this was by far, hands down, my favorite scene of the night. Now, the laugh out loud scene for me, it was funny, but not funny. But before I get into it, I just want to say your girl, Allie Nick, was right. I was right. Gary does, in fact, have amnesia. Now, the fact that this man don't know why everybody is against him, the fact that he is so perplexed and honestly in straight confusion as to why Zach would hit him, why Fatima would have a knife to his neck, he just doesn't know. And I said, this is sad. Now, he was so angered, and, it showed in his frustration because he really does not understand. I said, you don't even know that you're a devil. And it's so sad. And it's just so sad. So I cannot wait to see how Gary is going to respond once he realizes who the hell he is and the mischief, chaos, and damn confusion that he has caused in the lives of everyone around him. Now, it's sad because he really don't know just how diabolical he is as an individual. So I sit in preparation as it gets revealed to him. And I can't wait to see his response then, because if he acted like this, trying to figure out why everybody is against him, oh my goodness, once he finds out the reason why, oh baby, it's going to be a show. And I'm so here for it. It's been a long time since I have been excited with anything dealing with sisters. But the way that this season might end, it might just end on a high note. So I'm here for this too. Now, the could have done without scene. Now, before I talk about it, I'm not saying that it was a bad moment. I'm not saying that it was just horrible to watch. I'm just saying we could have done without it, and we really did not need it. Karen and Fatima. Why? For the life of me, I do not understand why we're here yet again. And this is just me personally, okay? I do want to see Fatima and Karen be in a great place, and they have been in a great place. Even including the situation when Karen showed up to their house unannounced to talk about Zach sending all those text messages to her phone. It wasn't even like a horrible moment between Karen and Fatima. I just feel like the writers are doing a disservice by trying to push this agenda of friendship. They do not need to be friends. They can be cordial and respectful and leave it at that. Now, where it went overboard for me is when I thought it was funny how Karen said, when first she asked Fatima, does Michael call you Mama Fatima or Mama Fatima? And she said, yes, he does call me that, but only because his mother is no longer in the picture. Now, I was perplexed with that because, baby, Michael doesn't call you anything because Michael cannot talk. When have we ever heard Michael call Fatima Mama Fatima? We have never, and this is where the writers piss me off. They love to tell us things without showing us. Because from our perspective, nugget is the only word that Michael has ever spoken. He has never said daddy, dad, mama, mommy, nothing. We ain't never heard him say that. So that was one part that kind of took me out that scene. Next, for Karen to tell Fatima that she wouldn't have a problem with her child calling her Mama Fatima, I said, wait a minute. Let's stop right there. You're doing too much, sis. Now, if it was me, now my child is going to respect you because one, you are an adult and you are with her father, but it's not going to be mandated or mandatory for my child to call you Mama Fatima. My child will call you Miss Fatima, period. And then if my child comes to me and asks me, mommy, or, is it okay if I call Miss Fatima Mommy Fatima, I wouldn't have a problem, but it would have to be something that my child feels comfortable doing. And no, Karen didn't say she was going to make her child do that. She just said that she wouldn't have a problem if her child called her that. But that was just a little too much for me, because if y'all going to have this conversation between Fatima and Karen, then I need to see Zach and Aaron have the same conversation, because I want to see, is Zach going to feel the same way? How is Zach going to feel? Is he going to give quote unquote permission or give his consent for his daughter to call Aaron Daddy Aaron, Papa Aaron, whatever the case may be? Is it going to be the same way? No. Absolutely not. It was just too much. And then Fatima was like, I was just paying you back for popping up because you popped up. Payback. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't care how many times Karen has popped up, and let me go on record, which I have already, but I know there's new people here. I'm not a fan of anybody popping up on anybody, and everybody on this show just loves to pop the hell up. Okay, everybody need to stop it. I'm not a fan of Karen popping up at their house. I'm not a fan of Zach popping up at her salon and her house anytime he damn well feel like it. I'm not a fan of Fatima popping up. But nothing has ever come close to Fatima walking her happy ass into Karen's house. I'm going to always talk about that. Some people was like, oh, well, she deserved it. It was worth it. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't care how many itches has been thrown out there. Nothing gives you the right to walk into somebody's house. Now, if this was real, Fatima would have around and found out. Walk into somebody's house. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what I'm talking about. This scene was just, we could have done without it. Okay? And then we got to the point when they tried to hug each other. And first of all, Karen's stomach ain't that big that would prevent a hug from happening. But I did enjoy the uncomfortability that was felt doing that. I'm like, okay, this right here is more like it. But I'm going to just leave it at that. But we could have did without that scene writer. But okay, it's neither here nor there. Moving right along. Now let's get to this wild and out scene. It wasn't anything too wild that happened on this episode. But I'm going to have to give this moment to Andy and Robin. First of all, it's the audacity for me when it comes to Andy. Because she really flat out just told Robin, basically she believes that he has something to do with Gary's stabbing. And Robin is so perplexed and confused because he doesn't understand how a woman that he loves could even believe that he would do something like that. And I'm like, Robin, it's Andy. First of all, I don't even know why you love her. I don't know why you like her. I mean, maybe because she, gave it up to you and everything, had a threesome and all of that. But I don't really understand why you like Andy, because Andy has not, for me, given Robin any reason to like her. And he has gone above and beyond. He has represented almost all of her damn friends when they have gotten into legal issues. He has made calls. He has gone above and beyond the call of duty to get Danny, Sabrina, Zach, and Fatima ass out of jail. Okay, he's done everything. And for her to sit there in that man's face and play him and tell him, I really want to believe you. If I was Robin, I don't give two damns if you believe me. I don't need you to believe me. You don't have to believe me. And Robin sitting there, well, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to have you to trust me again. Robin, go home. Robin, go home. But I did love the fact that Robin told Andy that he knew it was Fatima who was filling her head with this BS. And leave my friend out of this. I said, girl, he telling the truth. I do have a brain. I could think for myself. Since when? Since when? And yes, I call Andy the scarecrow on Our Sisters Keep Alive with me and Erica. Because y'all know the scarecrow wanted a brain. I don't even know if Andy want one. She said she got one, but it's obviously the heifer don't use it. But y'all was wild as hell for that. For Andy just to have all this audacity for Robin when it comes to this thing with Gary. Girl, I just can't. And moving along. So we going to move on along. Now, this last scene here, I did laugh, but writers, y'all was wrong for this. Miss Marie, first of all, you have all the audacity and arrogance to show up another character popping up on somebody, unannounced and uninvited. You show up at Andy's house with no invitation. That's number one. Number two, you walk your happy ass into my place and have the nerve, the unmitigated gall to throw some ice cream on my penthouse floors? Oh, ma'am. Oh, ma'am. Hell no. Y'all wrong for that. And Andy just sat there. I said, Andy, there are so many reasons why the writers are wrong for this. But just to add everything up, you let Penelope come up in your penthouse and slap the all hell out of you. Okay? Heaven and earth and hell out of you. Two, you don't let Miss Marie throw this damn ice cream on your floor. You have allowed Gary to punk you several times in this penthouse. You've had sex with Gary. You've had sex with Robin in this penthouse. Baby girl, you just need to move. Because it's obvious this place here is not for you. It is not for you. You need a fresh start, ma'am. Yes, you need a fresh start. Y'all are wrong. Y'all have put Andy through so many situations. It's not even funny. But you know what? I don't feel bad for the heifer. I really don't. I don't feel bad for Andy, but y'all need to do something else with the character because Andy, for many seasons, has been the weakest link. She really has. So y'all wrong for doing that to that girl. But that damn ice cream being thrown, I did chuckle. Okay? I chuckled, but y'all was wrong as hell for that. Y'all was wrong as hell for that. Yeah. So that's my review. Like I said, for those who are new, it's been a while since I have actually done a episode review. I did my first one last week. And so I broke it down in these 5 sections because one, I don't have to talk about everything that happened within the episode because everything is not worth repeating. And this is a way for me to just talk about the highlights for me. And then you guys, can tell me your favorite scene, what made you laugh, what you felt they was wrong for, what they was wilding out for in the comments. So this is the way it's going to be from this point out when I do an episode review. So I want to thank you guys for listening. Until next time, I will holler at y'all later and y'all be safe out there. One.